Okay, log into your Airtopia web app. Here I'm just going to use a local login for us. Once logged in, and you want to create a rule or a schedule, select the controller that you would like to create the test, the schedule for. Select rules. I'm going to delete this existing rule quickly. I'm going to add a rule. I'm going to call it on in the morning. And what you need to do is select one or more of your controllers from the drop-down list. Here I'm going to choose 600, adding it. If it's not in this units list, it's not going to trigger the rule for that controller. So make sure if you want 2 or more controllers to fire on this rule, then make sure that that controller's unit is actually in that list. There's a couple of different conditions that rules can be fired on. Obviously, there's the days. And what's happening here, you'll see the days that you can select or unselect that the rule will fire on. If the day is true, so today's Thursday, then you'll have a green dot here to say that the rule will work today, being Thursday. If Thursday is not selected, then it goes red, and the rule won't fire on a Thursday because you've deselected it. Let's choose every day. Again, the time. So at the moment it's 9:21. So this rule will fire. It'll fire between the time of 8:30 in the morning till 5:30 in the afternoon. And if you want your system to be on between these times, then select that. Otherwise, maybe you want it to be 9 o'clock. So here now at 9:30, it's still red. So let's select 9:30, and that'll go green once 9:30 clicks over in your time zone. And of course, time zone, if you haven't already checked, we can have a quick look at it in your settings. You set the time zone in your settings tab, which is normally in the top right hand corner. What do you want to occur? What's the action that you want to occur when all the conditions are green? So the day is green, the time is green. I'm going to add one more condition. I'm going to call it temperature sensor. So we're looking at the room temperature. And if the room temperature is above 22 degrees, let's say, I'm going to choose 21. So if it's above 21, I want the action to occur. So if it's less than 21, then the rule won't fire. But if the temperature is above 21, so I want the room's warming up, these are the actions I want to occur. I want the power to come on. I want the mode to be perhaps cooling because it's a warm day. And I want to set the room temperature to 22 degrees. Maintain 22 degrees cooling. Other actions I might put is the fan speed. I may want the fan speed to be auto. Right. So when all these conditions go green, this rule will fire to each of those controllers in the unit section. And if you like, you can also send yourself an email to say that this rule has fired. So you'll get an email giving the name of the rule to that email address, and also a message that you may want to write to yourself saying, ACs have come on, room temperature above 21. All right, so that's that. And of course, for off, so if I wanted to, in the evening, I want to turn the ACs off, the rule would be a little bit simpler. Get rid of all these, and I would just send a power off command at, let's say, at 6. And it doesn't have to, if we go between 6 in the evening until almost midnight, that will ensure that the system is always going to be off over that period of time. So if someone turns it on but you want it off, it's going to fire the off command again every 10 minutes to make sure that it stays off. And in this conditions, you don't really care about the room temperature. It's really just every day at 6 o'clock, I want the off command to be sent to the units that are in this block. Okay. Now, before I go back, we did discuss the settings. So this is the settings icon. Go to unit settings and make sure your time zone is set up correctly. You choose the country, and then if you're in Queensland, maybe you'll choose Queensland. All right, and that sets up the controller, the time zone. All right, if you haven't already been in here, this is where you create labels for your devices and what group you want that controller to be in. Static IPs, that's for another short video at another time. Okay, great, thank you.